Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Dove Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Dove Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Taxi! Get him now before the police come.
Good to go. You're on.
Yo, what's going on, bro?
We're here. Treading Water, episode 1.
Dude,
coming live.
We're doing it, man. We did it.
Yo, we finally figured
fucking
it out.
did it.
We figured it out.
A couple dirtbags treading water. We're going to talk about. It's me, Travis Grant, and my other host,
Hugh Murray. I actually stole Travis. If you don't know us, I stole Travis away from Steve Rocco Perillo from another podcast.
You did. You stole me.
Yeah. I told him last night. I broke the news to him. He was wearing a fucking pirate hat last night.
Where'd you guys perform?
We were at the Rose Den in Rockaway.
Oh shit! All right, how was that? I did the first one.
It was a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
We mentioned it on Knock 'Em Dead about 2 weeks ago. So we'll give a quick rundown of the first time where we met Herbie Gill.
Yeah.
I think you guys should really watch that fucking episode of Knock 'Em Dead. That was on Tuesday. We were talking about it. But yeah, a comedian named Bettina runs this show, and her and I used to hook up.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, years ago. So again, she introduced me to the stage as the comedian that got her a DWI.
Which was, and her mom was in the crowd.
Yeah, her mom was in the crowd. Her mom was like, you owe me 10 grand, sir.
Yeah, bitch. No, I don't.
It's like, what? So, these are, there's a lot of history there. So last night I brought my girlfriend to the show, and I gave her a heads up. I was like, listen, I used to hook up with Bettina back in the day. I just don't, I don't know how she's going to bring me to the stage. She's kind of insane. So like, I don't want you to just get caught off guard. So Marissa's joking the entire time. She's like, I'm gonna fucking beat someone up. Like she was getting all amped up.
Dude, your girlfriend looks like someone who would fuck someone up, though.
Yeah, she does.
She looks like someone who actually would fight someone.
Yeah, and it proved to me last night because like I I've heard the stories, like especially since like high school and stuff. Like I remember the stories. Her and I went to high school together. You know, we've known each other a long time, and she got into a lot of fights back then.
Yeah.
I've heard some stories since then where she still kind of throws down.
Oh, shit.
But last night, dude. So there was 9 comics. So Bettina starts it off. It was our friend Owen, the best dressed man in Rockaway.
Oh, was he the guy in like the golden suit?
Yeah. He had the flowery
like
fucking golden.
It was
suit.
like a Willy Wonka ticket made into a suit.
Exactly.
Like that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it was all floral, and it was like pinks and golds and black. I don't know if it was the same suit. That's what I gotta remember. I don't know if he just has one, or is it like a whole fucking wardrobe? And I
No
don't
one's
know
ever
what's
seen
worse.
me out of this suit. He probably has. He's probably like Bruce Buffer. Like he probably has a closet worth of suits.
I could see that.
He's a guy. Yeah, no.
Because like that's his whole shtick. Like I think he used to just fucking
work in the circus.
Well, yeah, so like the circus. I think he used to just like stand on the boardwalk and like try to do crowd work or something. And it was like, hey, look at my suit, give me money.
That's such a rough. So, I forgot who it was. Like a friend of mine was like, yo, I could set something up for you where you go in Times Square and we'll give you a box to stand on, and then you just rip on people. It'll go viral. And I was just like, no, like that's so annoying. Like when you see someone do that, it's like, I don't know, it's like needy. You know what I mean? When you see like, pay attention to me.
Yeah, they always got like the shtick, you know,
Yeah.
like the guys that like do the fucking gymnastics on the subway.
Those guys are fucking good though.
They're really good, but I'm just like, take it easy.
Yeah, those
You know?
those guys are fucking. Except there's some talented like street performers.
Oh, 100%. And I appreciate the effort, but so he goes up first, this fucking guy Owen. Then there was some guy Brandon. I just met him, but he was friends with Mike Toohey.
Brandon.
He said he was from Long Beach.
Was it Healy? Was it BJ Healy?
He had like dark hair, like I think in like his
Like a
40s.
Like a shorter fella? Like,
Yeah, a
like
little shorter than
5'7",
me.
I
Yeah,
guess.
a little bit.
I think I know who you're talking
He
about.
has like kids. I don't know.
I don't think he's got kids.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know he did like a bit about like a kid or something. I don't know. We were like half listening because so while he was up or something, I was cracking jokes to friends. Steve Perillo and Mike Keegan were there.
Yeah.
And some lady starts shushing me.
During your set.
No. During this other guy's set. And
Okay.
I was just like, okay, like take it easy. And she's just like, respect the comics.
Which at that show is like
Insane.
last time I was at that show, I went up and she was like the host brings me up and she's like, by the way, don't forget that there's no rules. Ah! And the whole crowd's like, yeah, fuck the rules. And she's like, oh, also here's Travis Murray.
Yeah.
Fucks up my name, brings me up, and they're just like screaming at me. Like I'm just like, what's up, guys? They're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I took the coins, I threw them in the air. It was like,
Yeah.
it felt like I was like a chaperone to like an elementary school party.
I swear to God, it was just like when they heckle too. It's not even like heckling. Like this one guy did like a joke, and the girl that shushed me, she was just like, "Ha, yeah, buttholes." Like that was like, and she's just yelling out like, "Yeah, buttholes!" Like awesome. Like, I'm like he must have said butthole in his joke or something, and that's all she kept saying was like to the fucking.
It's crazy. Like when it comes to heckling, like there are everyone's like, I hate heckling, but there
Yeah.
are some heckles that you could actually like deal like,
Yeah.
okay, like I could use this.
Yeah.
I would rather be heckled than not paid attention to. Like,
Okay.
Like I'm trying to talk to you and you're just like, yeah, fucking whatever, asshole. And you continue a conversation with someone and it's loud and I have to like talk over you.
Right.
And you're just like, you're not paying attention. You're being super loud. I think that's the worst type of noise to deal with, because it's like you really don't give a fuck about this show.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't even if I was like, hey, fuck you, asshole, like you wouldn't even turn around. You're just gonna keep having your conversation.
Yeah, like those like bar shows where you just kind of like they don't turn the TVs off and it's just like they're sitting at the bar having their own conversation. Yeah, that's definitely worse than someone like who's at least trying to participate in the show.
Yeah, because at least their head's in the show.
Yeah, and like sometimes like hecklers, like I'm not a huge fan of it just because I don't know where I'm gonna go, and like I've gotten in trouble for like going back at hecklers like from governors, and like I got in trouble for calling a lady a cunt years ago. So
governors is also great with it because they'll just yank someone the fuck out.
Yeah,
they'll just like get the fuck out of here. They'll just get a big dude and he'll just be like, listen, calm it down, or
Exactly.
you're out. And then if you do it one more time,
Exactly.
they'll just take you by your shoulders and get you the fuck out.
And like I went a little too hard. I think I shouldn't have called her. Like I wasn't funny about it. If I made it funnier, I think it would have been different. But that couple, they wanted like their meal comped and their tickets and all that shit, and then I cost the club money, so it was an easy decision for them. But I just get scared with like where I'm gonna go with it, because like I feel like I can handle it all, but like you also gotta remember to like be funny about it. You can't just be like, shut the fuck up, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, like if you had a bad day that day, like if I had a really bad day and I know I got a show at like 8, and I'm just like, and then it's like 6 o'clock, the day just ends. I'm like, I got 2 hours to kind of like put myself together right now.
You gotta get a little zen.
Yeah, because if I bring that day onto stage and someone's like, I'm not gonna be funny about it.
Right.
Like I could, but I also could not. Depends on what the guy says. And I could be like,
exactly.
Fuck you.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes I just like go at him like I would like my friend at a bar. Like, yeah, go fuck yourself. I'll fuck your mother.
Yeah. I remember when I first started, like my first year into comedy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name the club, but I was in the city. And so I thought I had a show on Monday, and I was like, okay. And it was football Sunday, and we were all at this chick's house, drinking and whatever, and like we were getting like drunk. I was like, we were all like 23.
Yeah.
And the booker to the show hits me up, and he's like, hey, you ready for that show later? And I was like, well, yeah, Monday. I'm ready for the show Monday. He's like, no, later. And I was like, oh, it's tonight? And he was like, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, oh, fuck. So I was like, now like I said, it's my first year in a comedy. I don't know how to like perform drunk. I mean, like that's kind of like a thing of its own too. And I'm nervous and I'm just caught off guard. I'm like, dude, I got to get to the city right now. I got to hop on the next train to the city.
Yeah.
So I went to the owner of the house, this chick, and I was like, you need to get me cocaine right now. You need to.
Yeah, see, that would wake you up, though. That would get you in the right headspace.
Because I was drunk, dude. I was like, I need to straighten the fuck out. And luckily, there was someone at the house who had it. And they were like, here. I picked up like $100 worth. I picked up a gram.
Right.
And I hopped on the next train. And now I'm on the train. I'm just shoveling it into my face. I get to the spot, and I'm too coked out.
Yeah.
I did too much.
Oh, too much. You went too far.
Yeah, so people who haven't done cocaine, like me, like a dirtbag, if you do too much, you get geeked out and you don't want to talk. And so now I walk into the place and I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're like chewing your face.
The guy who's running the show, he's like, hey, you're up first. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I go up and I'm just bombing, like eating plates of shit. and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to like recover.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've only been doing this a year, maybe a year and a half tops.
Right.
And so this big dude, like I could see him in the back. He's a big guy, and he's just fucking talking shit. He's like, oh, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, this is what you like doing on a. I didn't have any rebuttal. I was just just turned into stone up there.
Yeah, you just got coke brain.
Yeah. I just had coke brain.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is what you like doing, coming out on a Sunday, talking shit. And the guy stood up, and he was a fucking big dude. And he got on stage, and he like grabbed me. And I like popped his elbows and double legged him off the stage. And we just like, like hit on the table and roll onto the ground. And then he's like flopping all around, and I'm hitting him when I can. And then like, they had security there, and they ripped him out. And then they were like, go back on stage and finish. And so I'm like, guys, I'm really sorry about that. And then the crowd who was otherwise very silent.
Right.
They were like, yeah. And I was like, on that note, I was like, guys, thank you so much. My name's Travis Grant. Peace.
Yeah, you got the applause you're looking for, and I'm out.
I was like, I'm not dropping one more joke. I'm fucking out of here. And I just left. The guy who's running the show wasn't even looking. Like, it was one of those moments where I had such a small entry out of there without being fucked. And I just like hopped off stage and say goodbye to anyone.
Right.
And I just whoop, and I just went right out the door and just fucking went back to that party. And I was like, I'm gone. I went right back on the train and went right back to Merrick. I was like, see you later.
Yeah, that is insane. But I kind of wish you had video of it. I feel like that would go viral as fuck.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, you do? Someone does?
No, I hope not.
Oh, yeah. I was like, that would go viral as fuck, man. That like we should do that. Like plug the podcast.
Here's Travis when he was 23.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
right out of college.
Fucking geeked up.
and on cocaine.
Yeah, dude. Wildness. So they got better at the heckling last night at the show. Like Bettina had some crazy girl with like space buns. I didn't know what they were called.
Was she like? Was her name like McLaren or something like that?
It was like
something cool.
Mary Beth or Betsy or something. It was something like that.
I was weird, two totally different directions.
McLaren.
I was like, what was it, McLaren, Ferrari? Like, nah, I think it was Betsy. I think it was Betsy Shoe.
Yeah, dude. It was like this classic, like all American. She was wearing like Oshkosh Bagosh, fucking like. Dude, it was like the worst person I met. So she started shushing me, and she's like telling me to respect the comics, and I was like, "Listen, I am a comic. I'm sorry. I'll quiet down."
Okay.
So I noticed then like she starts like yelling out. So now she's not respecting the comics. So I start shushing her, and I'm like, "Shh, respect the comics." And she goes, "Why don't you just shut up?" And you know, like she just so like she didn't realize like because she started yelling out like butthole or whatever, and like so I just like spun the whole thing on this girl, and so now like Perillo's laughing, like all the comics are like laughing that I'm going back at this fucking retard. And, you know, she tries saying, like, you know, like, why don't you just shut up? And I'm like, go fuck yourself. And, like, I just, like, giving her, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin shit.
In the crowd you're doing that.
Yeah, like, all the way in the back. Like,
who's on stage?
It was one of the guys that I didn't know.
Okay.
It was Tui's friend.
All right.
Oh, no, actually, it was Tui.
It was Tui?
It was Tui, yeah. And Tui.
Mike Tui, super hilarious.
Yo, super fucking funny. They were, like, silent. For like they just weren't like cracked open yet or whatever, but you could tell like Tui was getting mad at like their reaction because he did his set. First of all, he didn't like walk into the place. He just hung out front, like leaning on a car.
Yeah, if Tui's like some Mike Tui, we'll have him on. Eventually.
Yeah, definitely, dude. So funny. He's
super funny comedian. He lives in Brooklyn now. You could see him at Eastville a lot, but you know, very funny guy. If he's not about a situation, he's like, I'm not even gonna fucking touch the situation.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna do my work. You're very professional, and then I'm fucking fuck you. Like,
yeah, dude, that's what he did. And like, I felt like he showed up with the guy like Brandon that I didn't know, but he did well. You know, he said he only had like 5 minutes, so I think he wasn't like. He's either like a part-time like hobby or new. You know.
Yeah.
But they showed up together. So like Tui did his set. He like we were right, you perform right in front of the doors, and it had the doors open. So he just handed Bettina the mic and walked out the doors, and then he must have texted his friend to like come out, and then like just left, and we didn't see him for the rest of the night.
That's funny, dude.
Dude, so I was just like, it was like maybe like 2 more comics. I was like, wait, did like Tui leave or whatever? So then there was like some. Lauren Beck, I think, or something. Some girl that I had just met. She went up. Then it was me, and then it went like me, Keegan, Perillo. But so I go on stage, and of course Bettina gives me the the fucking introduction that, the Dewey introduction again,
Yeah.
So this time, like last time I told the story about her getting a Dewey and how I was like, trying to be the voice of reason and being like, no, we should get an Uber. And she's like, you can take an Uber home, faggot. Like,
Oh shit.
so she like said that to me and I was like, oh no. And she's like, or you could come to my house and like we have sex. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a really gay move. I'm not going to do that. So like I went back to her house, we get all the way to Long Beach. She fucking taps a taxi because she skidded out in the rain and she fucking taps a taxi and, she ended up getting a Dewey. But I suggested the fucking Uber. And
always get the Uber.
yeah, I had the money for it. I think it was
just-
like
it's
unemployed
way more.
or
It's
something.
like I get it. It's annoying getting your car from wherever the next day. It's a
Yeah.
fucking pain there, and you wake up, you're in shambles. Or where's my wallet? Where's my fucking
Yeah.
keys? Where's my car?
100%.
Like that's annoying, but
Yeah.
like. It's better than waking up in a jail cell, dude. Like waking up in a jail cell
Dude.
is like, because I feel like when you wake up in a jail cell, there's always like one small thing that you didn't need to do that you did anyway.
Right.
And that's what got you there.
Exactly.
And you're like, fuck, now the sun's coming up and I'm looking at it from a jail cell and I'm just like at an all-time low. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, fucking damn it, dude.
Dude, when I got mine, it was like, the story's always true too. It's like they say 90% of like car accidents and like DWI arrests like are like a mile away from your house. I did like 90% of the drive when I got mine, and I got basically. I'm from Levittown. I live fucking 2 blocks away from this club, so we were down by the hospital, which is, I don't know, 2 miles, and it was just like, maybe not even. It's like a 5-minute fucking drive, but like I already drove like 15 minutes, and I just had a couple lights, and then I make one fucking right, and I'm at my house. But instead, it was just like. I just got fucking pulled over. I don't know what I could have done differently besides just not drive. But with mine, it was so shitty. Like we had a hotel. It was New Year's Eve, and we were at like the Chateau Briand.
Oh, okay. Classy joint.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a hotel.
Well, they had like a hotel like down the block.
Oh, okay.
So we were there, we were doing it, and I was just like having like an awful fucking time, and it was like all my friends were like, it was like started like getting in serious relationships, and I'm like there to like party and try to like hook up,
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I was like the only single guy there. And it was just like me and like a couple of like my dirtbag friends. And I was just like, what the fuck is happening? And they're like trying to dance. And I'm like, dude, we don't dance. Like you look like a retard. Like
Dancing is That's you got to be a certain type of guy.
that's what I'm saying, and they're not that guy. They're not like the smooth, like black. Like I don't have any like cool black friends that look like Chris Brown. Like, dude, my friends look like
a 6'4" jacked handsome dude.
Yeah, dude, they're not it. Like they're like 5'8", like overweight, like way too much body hair.
On drugs.
Yeah, on drugs. So like their body movements are unnatural.
Probably sweating through a dress shirt.
Exactly.
Just like,
yeah,
come over here.
like a little too much acne or like some facial scarring. You know?
This is from when I was in a knife fight.
Yeah, dude.
Jersey.
My friends are from Levittown. Like we're dirtbags. And like they're trying to dance. So like I just kept finding myself by myself on New Year's Eve. And I was like, dude, I'm leaving. So I went back to the hotel, realized that my name's not on the room.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to get in. And they're like, no, I'm not letting you into some random person's room.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's my boy. His name's, whatever.
Also, you're probably looking real crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking crazy. I'm drunk. I'm on coke. I was probably like pale and sweaty.
Like, hey, get me into this room.
Like looking through like the tops of my eyes.
Yo, if anyone's looking at you like that, like a shark, you're looking real sketch.
Dude, doing
You're
that like Stanley Kubrick stare, like Jack Nicholson in Shining.
Like when he's starting to like really think about killing his family. Fucking let me into this room.
I was like, let me get into the room 408. Like, no. So I'm like trying to get like my boys on the phone. They're fucking not picking up. Dude, so I end up falling asleep in the lobby, and they're like, you can't sleep in the lobby. Like, you're literally stealing our service. I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, well, we offer you to sleep in a bed here for money. You can't just sleep here for free in the fucking couch downstairs.
That's how a hotel works.
I was like, but to me, I was like, that doesn't make sense at all. Like, so I started sleeping in my car outside, and I was waiting for my friends to like just call me back. At this point, like I hit them up like 5 times each. But so I you know, it's New Year's Eve. It's fucking like 0 degrees, and I had to put my keys in the ignition and start the heat because I was freezing my ass off. Like I didn't have like blankets or hoodies or anything. Like I was in a fucking like dress clothes, and I hear like the old stories like, oh yeah, if you're just like drunk in your car with the keys on, like in the ignition, you can get a DWI for that.
Yeah, you'll get popped, which is such a horseshit law.
It is a horseshit law.
If it's
like,
cold, like come on.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like if you recognize like, oh, I need to like I'm too drunk to drive, I need to pull off the side of the road and fucking sleep.
Yeah, I need a portable house right now.
Yeah, like what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just like, you know, and especially it's like, oh, say I pull on the side of the fucking highway. It's like, oh, how did you get here? Oh, your keys aren't in the ignition? Like you just magically got here? Like, of course you knew they fucking drove there.
I'm also a magician. Like, what about that?
That's what I'm saying.
Officer.
And I was like, I was in a fucking parking lot, but I don't know, in my drunk fucking coke brain, I was like, you know, it's way harder to hit a moving target. So I was like, all right, let me start driving. Let me drive home. Oh. You know? And so I was like, I'm just going to be sitting here. A cop's going to fucking drive by. They're going to pop me, whatever. So, like, I drove fine. I didn't hit anyone. No damage fucking caused. I literally just pulled up to a light. The cop saw me fucking 3 o'clock in the morning with my windows down, fucking January 1st, you know, and like smoking a cigarette, playing like club music, you know, and like I was going to meet up with Keegan. Not a lot of people know that I was actually going to meet up with Keegan, fucking RC Dugan's, and buy coke. Like, and the cop fucking got me like right, but as I'm like one light, and I would have made a right into Dugan's, and I would have been good. But you know, then they fucking got me. Damn. And I begged the fucking guy. I was like, yo, please, like, can I just like I don't have to go to. He's like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to this bar up here. I was like, can I just like park the car? I'll fucking walk home. You can take my keys, like whatever. Like, can you just not ruin my life right now? And they're like, oh, I'm gonna ruin it. You know, like
they usually are. Like they want to ruin.
Yeah, dude, they didn't give a fuck.
My boy got pulled over on his birthday, like you just said, like 3 blocks away from his house.
Yeah,
and he was like, "It's my birthday," and he wasn't even like, wasn't like they pulled him over and he was sauced.
Right.
He like, you know, he blew over, but he was like, I'm going home. It's my birthday. And like, obviously you could see on his license that it was his birthday. And they were like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, they don't really give a shit much like that. You know, like I kind of overplayed like how fucking wasted I was. Like I was driving really fucking good, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like more of the alcohol was like, because I had done a couple shots, like, and I felt like the alcohol was like starting to hit me more on the drive home.
Okay.
You know, so like that's why I was like scared to blow, because I was like, when I left the fucking hotel or whatever, I was like, I was good, you know, like I was fine, you know.
So
but like
you didn't blow.
Not at first, you know, but they get in your head, and like like when you're sitting there and you're like, they start doing shit like, oh, well, you know, if you blow and you pass, you know, you could just go home. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it sounds good to go home, man.
My ass.
And I'm like, let's roll the dice here, you know? And I ended up blowing over. But
even what do you think is over? Like 2 beers? I think it's like 2. You're
dude,
done.
It really is 2. But like I found out later that even if you pass like your field sobriety test, if you fucking blow under the legal limit, they could still arrest you.
Yeah, they can.
And they call it like what someone else we know got. I'm not going to blow up a spot, but a DWAI, driving while ability impaired. And it's like you can be under the legal limit, and that's what they use. It's the same thing like if you get caught driving while smoking pot.
Yeah.
That's like the same like law that they use. So really, it's just like a matter up to the cop, like if he wants to fucking destroy you and cost you 10 to 15 grand or not.
You probably just get like ACOD with that one.
Yeah,
The 6 month. Just don't fuck up for 6 months.
I mean, I'm even dumber because then I got into the jail cell. And like the cops are like, "What tattoos do you have? Are you in a gang?" You know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Dude, it's a Celtic cross." You know, but
They
I'm
make
like,
you take a picture of your shirt off, right?
yeah. So I took my shirt off, and they saw my tattoo on my back, and I actually translated my family crest from Latin to English, and it was "Death Before Dishonor." So I got that tattoo.
Here you are in a jail cell.
Yeah. So later,
That's why I didn't want to blow, officer.
yeah,
Right?
oh, this is a
That's-
fucking dishonor. I'd rather you kill me. No, but later, dude, I didn't realize that it's the Marine Corps slogan.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So my buddy went to the Marines, came home, and he like saw my tattoo. He's like, "What the fuck?" And like, he like got mad at me for it.
Enlist right now.
Yeah. And so the cops were started asking me, they're like, "What are you in the service?" And I'm like, "What's it to you?"
Oh, no.
And I'm giving,
What a tough guy answer.
and like,
What's it to you, partner?
yeah, and I'm like being like a complete fucking dick. I'm being so vague, and you know, by the end of it, they're like thanking me for my service, and I'm like, no, dude, I swear to God, I'm like, you weren't there in fucking Iraq.
Stop it. Stop it.
Dude, these guys thought I was fucking like
Oh, my God.
I think I made up a rank. I think I was like, oh, I was in the 501st Airborne.
Oh, God, dude. If they found out, they would have beheaded you.
Well, yeah, so I end up getting like arraigned the next day. I get in front of a judge, and they appoint you a lawyer or whatever, and the judge, I told the guy, I was like, listen, you could be my lawyer, whatever, just get me out, no bail, because like my parents were away for the weekend. I was like,
Yeah.
so just get me out, ACOD, whatever, and oh no, it's ROR, released on your own recognizance.
Okay.
That's what's called ROR. So that's what I said. Just get me that. So I guess he started talking to some of the cops and shit, and then he talks to the judge, and so now I'm standing there. He's like, "Don't worry, I got you." So then the judge goes, "Mr. Murray, we're gonna let you go. No bail. Don't worry about it. And we'll be in contact with your superior officer and military police."
Oh, no.
And I'm like,
Oh, my fucking
what
God.
the fuck?
Oh, my fucking God.
Dude, so like then I start talking to the fucking public defender, and I'm like, dude, I'm not in the service. I don't know. I never was. I was like, I was fucking around with these cops the entire time.
Oh, no.
And he's just like, what? So that now they're trying to like tack on like a fourth. So I got what DWI misdemeanor, caught with my taser, which is everyone's favorite part, and then resisting. They wanted to tack on stolen valor.
That's bad.
Dude,
That's really bad.
Dude, because just me being like a fucking asshole the entire time, like fuck these guys,
Oh, my God, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Dude, not a lot of people know that shit, but I started telling it a little bit at Dork Court the other day, so I was like, fuck it, it's funny.
So what happened?
I ended up getting like a fucking like since like the arrest like made the news, like it was on like you could ask James, the owner of the club. He said he woke up New Year's Day fucking 2013, and he goes to his wife, he goes, "Hey, look, this is the fucking kid." And he's just like watching me on TV, dude. So my parents are in Atlantic City, so they're not getting like the New York news really, so they didn't fucking see.
Don't turn on the TV.
Yeah, so like I'm finally like getting out, but my the number one guy in my union, fucking Jack Ahern, all right, rest in power, King. He was watching the news and calls my dad. And,
come on, Jack.
Yeah, but no, he goes, my dad goes by Doc, and he goes, "Hey, Doc, your son's on TV. He got arrested. We'll hook you up with a good lawyer."
Yeah, you're gonna need a stellar lawyer.
Yeah, so he ended up hooking us up, and we got like the family fucking discount for like a Madison Avenue lawyer. and he got rid of the weapons charge, the resisting. They never even got the stolen valor thing like into court.
That's the most important.
Yeah, and I ended up getting a misdemeanor DWI. So it really fucking worked out for me.
Yeah.
But so I ended up getting because they wanted some jail time, but I ended up just getting 3 years probation, and that was it. Like no community service. I think fines, obviously, and the license taken away for like a year.
That's good. No
Yeah.
community service, because even like I got community service with the stupid shit that I just got caught with like a little bit of blow, but they caught me with like the dollar in my nose.
Oh yeah.
They could, and they were like, they like came up, knocked on the door, and I was like, I had just gotten fired 2 hours ago. I was working for a medical company, and then I was done with the day.
Right.
And we would deliver, like after the day, we would put all the machinery back at our like storage unit.
Yeah.
And we had like a lift kit that lowered it off the van.
Right.
And the lift kit was broken. So I put it on, and the lift kit just drops, and the fucking machine hits the pavement, and the fucking whole side comes off.
Oh,
I mean,
fuck.
it's like a $40,000 machine.
Yeah.
It's for like kidney stones and shit. And I was like, fuck. So I like jerry rigged it to like put it back on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think it's good. So I roll it in the storage unit. I'm like, it's good there. So I met my friend at a bar. Like the second I walk in the bar to meet my friend, like I get a text from my boss, like, what the fuck is this? And it was like completely falling apart. And I was like, listen, man, like this and that. And he's like, save it, you're done.
Yeah.
You're fired. And I was like, fuck.
Oh, man.
So then I was gonna like keep, I was gonna have like 2 beers and go home. But I was like, I got fired, fuck it. Because my friend was like, I got blow, you want to do something? And I was like, no.
Dude, those are the two most dangerous words. Is just that fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And don't ever give in to those words, because usually like it's like dun 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 dun, and you like spiral down a hole.
Yeah, like that I don't care fucking attitude. Let's get fucking wasted.
Because you throw all your your senses out.
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So I was like, my friend was like, you want to do coke? I said no. Then I got fired, and I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do blow.
Yeah.
And we're doing it in the bathroom. We should have just kept doing it in the bathroom. And then for some reason, you get coked up, you get weird.
Yeah, you get a little
And
paranoid.
he's like, you want to just do it in your car? And I'm like, all right. So we hop out in the car, and I get like da 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 da, and like there's a light in my face. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like said that with the dollar in my nose. I roll down then I see the badge shine, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
He pulls us out, starts arresting us. We got arrested at Cannes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Cannes is like a Hooters type restaurant where all these super hot waitresses.
Where they only serve cans.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that at first. I was like, let me get a bottle of beer.
I didn't
and
know
then
that.
They looked at me like I was retarded.
I didn't know that till just now. I was like, this is a chill guys place.
Yeah.
So I get arrested at this Hooters like restaurant in front of all these hot waitresses. All the hot waitresses come out because they see the cop lights and what's going on.
Right.
I'm like getting cuffed and thrown in the back of a car and like, hey, guys, I'll be back. Like, like you ever try to flirt with a chick while you're getting cuffed in the back of a cop car? They're like, we don't care, dirtbag. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you look like an idiot right now. And I never went back to that establishment ever again.
Dude. Oh my God. I had this like a similar story, but at the fucking comic strip.
Oh, you told me this.
Yeah, this was a bad one. I mean, I wasn't doing anything crazy, like, and it's not as funny, but it's just like a depressing story for me. But like I was starting to get fucking spots at the comic strip, and like I was like really proud of myself. I was like, oh, fucking cool. So I'm walking out one night, and this homeless guy just starts coming up to me, and he's just like, hey, you want to buy some cocaine? And I like thought about it.
From you? No.
Yeah, well, I thought about it. I was like, oh, this is a sign from God to do cocaine. Like, so, but like I needed some cash, and
God gives signs like that.
Yeah, so like he's following me, and I'm going to this fucking ATM that's just like outside, and he's following me, talking to me, trying to like pitch me his fucking homeless cocaine. And
I don't want homeless cocaine.
Dude, he's like giving me the whole fucking PowerPoint presentation.
I keep it in my shoe.
He's like, no, it's real good. And I'm like, no, dude, nothing.
It's boot cocaine.
Oh, you got fucking holes in those boots, bro. Like, I'm not fucking doing this. But I'm like trying to take out like a quick like $100 for like the cab or whatever. Like this was years ago, so like I don't even think you could swipe your credit card in cabs yet,
Yeah.
So I was like, I needed it to get to like Penn Station. And so I'm like fucking trying to get this cash.
Oh my
All of
God.
a sudden, these cops fucking roll out of an undercover taxi. Dude, I like couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, this is a taxi in Manhattan. Like, I never would have thought fucking cops were in there.
Wow.
So they roll up on us right away. They fucking put us on the curb, and they start arresting us. I didn't know at the time he threw his little baggie between us both. So they didn't know who dropped it.
That's a smart homeless guy.
Yeah, it's real smart homeless guy.
He's been around the block.
Yeah.
For sure.
Later I found out they fucking... So anyway, so I'm sitting on the fucking curb. I'm like handcuffed. I see fucking Jeannie and Tommy Lash from the fucking comic strip like looking at me like, oh my God. Like, and I'm just like, I literally went to the cop. I'm like, can you just put me in the car, man?
I'm like, fellas, can we take this around the block?
Yeah,
please?
I was literally just sitting there like so fucking sad. I was like, can you just put me in the car? Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I was just fucking working with like Modi and Jason Salmon. Like, can I just like fucking, can you just like get me out of here? But yeah, later I found I ended up getting no charge for that because the coke was fake, obviously.
Thank God for almost.
Yeah.
Thank God for boot cocaine.
Yeah, fucking boot cocaine. It was like baby powder or something.
It's probably just like dandruff.
Yeah.
Imagine you snorted dandruff, dude.
Yeah, dude.
If
Oh
I
my
snorted
God.
dandruff, like I would never fight a homeless guy because that guy has nothing to lose. But if I snorted homeless dandruff, I'd be like, "Put your fucking hands up."
That's it. Dude.
We're fighting.
Oh my
Me
God.
and you,
I
we're
would,
fighting.
I would go on a killing spree. I would fucking lose my mind if someone
boot cocaine.
just
dude.
like imagine he is like dandruff and fucking they got like
Ew.
eczema.
Ew! Ew! Oh my God, dude.
Oh my God.
That's fucking.
So speaking of fights, so that's what happened last night. That's where I wanted to get to. So the crazy girl who started shushing me, I go on stage, I do my set. They were very up and down. I hit them with a couple things. So I turn around and I see the crazy girl. She grabs the tip jar from, again, we made eat about like $50 each last night.
Yeah.
It was cool. And so she grabs the tip jar. She's going around person to person. And this is how I know Marissa's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So she goes up to Marissa and she goes, "Give me all your money," like, joking around.
Probably not the best chick to do that to.
And Marissa's like looking at her because now Marissa's already mad that she was like shushing me.
Yeah.
So like, Marissa looks at her and she just gives her like the fucking like that resting bitch face.
Yeah.
And like rolls her eyes or something. And she's like, "You don't want to tip the comedians? Like, you don't want to give a tip?" And Marissa
Stop
goes,
poking at it.
Marissa goes, "Here's your tip. Don't ever fucking shush my boyfriend again or I'm going to smash your fucking head against the bar."
Yo!
So now, Keegan and Perillo start like their ears perk up. And she goes, "Wait, who's your boyfriend?" So I'm on stage. I'm telling like my fucking like gay dick jokes or whatever. And I see Marissa literally put her fucking hands on this chick and spin her. And she goes, "That's my fucking boyfriend. The guy you fucking shushed, you dumb bitch." And like, I'm like trying to listen. I started stuttering on stage. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm noticing this go down and I'm starting to fucking like stutter and stammer. And I'm just like, do I get off stage right now? Cause like my girlfriend's about to beat the fuck out of this girl. And she's just like, "So what do you like, want to fight me? You want to go outside?" And Marissa's like, "Yeah, like let's do it, And so she went and gets like Bettina and she's like, "This girl's trying to fight me." And like Bettina's just like fucking dancing around like in sparkles and pink pants or
Nice.
whatever.
You're 38. You got sparkles. That's pretty cool.
But I guess the chick like got scared off or whatever. But I was just like Keegan steps in. He's like, "You guys good?" like.
It's funny when you see someone who's like really about it, especially like a chick.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think, chick fights. I've seen like a handful. I remember there was one time like we were in high school, we were smoking like at Calhoun High School.
Yeah.
We were still in high school. And like there were these kids, we were smoking like by the baseball fields and there was a couple kids playing baseball and we were smoking and then like, like we didn't want them to blow up our spot. But this chick Eve was just like, "Get the fuck out of here, you little shit." Like, nah.
Yeah.
And they all left. But what she didn't know was that like they had a bigger sister like picking them up, like an older sister. And so like they leave and we keep smoking and this older sister like comes back 10 minutes later. She's like, you guys were talking shit to my little brother. And the girl Eve was like, yeah, we fucking were. And I'm sure like Marissa, like she just got this look in her face and you're like, oh, you talking to me, bitch?
Yeah.
Walked up on the bleachers and just wham, like hit her, threw her halfway down the bleachers and just started stomping on the back of her head. And you know when you're like 10th grade stoned?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, what is happening?
10th grade stoned is really different than like now stoned.
You're in another world.
Yeah, you really are. It's a little hallucinogenic.
And we were just watching this adult. I mean, at the time we're 16.
Yeah.
We were watching this adult just beat the fuck out of this chick Eve, and we were like, "Oh my, holy shit! Is someone gonna do something?" And we're like, "No."
Dude, it is weird. Like it's funny that you mention it. Like when you like see that person that's like really about it though. Like and you just see that like serial killer like glaze come over their eyes, and it's just like, oh fuck.
Well, because you're about to do some real shit.
Yeah,
you're about to do some real shit. Like when you're about to do, like I don't really fight anymore because you realize you get in trouble now. But like if I have to, I don't know what I look like, but like I know there's a feeling of seriousness that goes over me, and it's like, now we're about to do this.
It's like a strange calm, like for sure. Like I haven't been in a fight.
Yeah, because you're about to do it. Like it's kind of scary. I got into a bar fight like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it was the last time I did one, and it was a whole thing. I was like, he was being a creep to the waitress. It was a slow night, and he was being a creep to the bartender. And It was like 3 of us over here, and she was helping us, and then he was just like some creepy guy at the end of the bar. And he was just making her feel really uncomfortable. And eventually I was like, oh, dude, shut it down. And then we got into an argument, which eventually turned into a fight.
Right.
And but I remember like squaring up with him. I was like, oh, you don't know this guy. Like, you don't know him at all.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, what if he's this badass and you're about to just get your ass kicked? And then, I mean, he obviously wasn't.
Yeah.
But like, it was just like, I just remember like it hadn't happened in a while. And I was just like, oh shit, like this is about to happen. It's about to go down. And I was like, oh, it's like a scary moment.
Yeah, dude. And there's like sometimes where it's like, you know what helps is like alcohol. Like it gets rid of that like that fear, where it's like,
for sure.
You know, where you're like thinking like, oh, is this guy like trained? You know, like you don't know if you're like going in there like you know against like a fucking black belt, or like someone in the military, you know.
Yeah, because he was saying he was in the military, but like so many people do that. I mean, fucking
yeah, dude, I say it all the time. Apparently,
this guy's like, oh,
like fucking Staff Sergeant Murray.
I'm fucking my sergeant's gonna hear about this.
Yeah, so it's that's why like people like you know trying to support the troops and shit. I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. Like,
God.
No, I'm just like a fucking crazy person, but you know, it's like. When you're drinking a little bit, you kind of like forget that, and like I think it was funny because we were kind of talking about this at like a tea bar the other day. There was like us two and like fucking 2 other guys, and we're just like drinking tea with like zenned out fucking Alicia, and she's like listening to like cute cowboy music, and we're like, yeah, so we fucking beat the shit out of this guy.
So we go to this tea house. It's called Island Cava. It's on Merrick Road, it's in Massapequa.
Yeah, yep.
It's a really great place. You want to go check it out? Check it out. They got this stuff. Kratom tea. It's great. You know, you fucking
comedy open mic on Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday night at 8. They run a comedy open mic. If you want to go check that out, but all in all, it's just like a great staff, great people that go there. It's like a community that go there, and they're very open to having new people. So if you want to go check it out, go check it out. It's Island Cava in Massapequa. But like I said, they're very zenned out people. They're very cool. And then me and Hugh walk in there, and we're just kind of like, we're like pirates almost. But the girl who usually works there is this very nice woman, Alicia. She's like a very zenned out, down to earth. But I think she likes it. I think she likes. I think she likes when we walk in there.
Yeah, she definitely does. Because we start getting a little boisterous, you know. But like I was telling a story at the tea bar, like. You know, like we were at a bar one time, and this guy, like you said, you don't know what they're into, and sometimes people just like over brag. So this guy was like at like my hometown bar. It used to be called Fatty Malone's. It's not there anymore.
Oh yeah, no, it's gone.
Yeah, they
that was the one on the corner.
Yeah, it was right on the corner.
That was a sketch.
Yo, it was a sketchy fucking bar, but that's where me and my friends would hang. Like that was our bar,
That was a coke bar.
Yo,
dude.
a huge coke bar. There were fights there almost every fucking weekend, but like that was where we hung out. You know?
Yeah, you
like,
Levittown guys love fighting like at weird hours.
Yeah, oh, dude, yeah, it's
like at 4:30. I'm like, I'm turning down for the night. They're
Yeah.
like, not tonight. You're not.
we like it when it's like the smell of fresh bagels in the air.
Yeah.
You know, like from down the block, and then the sun's coming up a little bit. You know,
someone's getting their news.
Yeah. The mailman's out, and then and we're like ripping our shirts off.
I fucking hate the news.
Yeah. And so this one guy, he was saying he was like a gang member. I think he picked one of the big ones.
Why is that the thing?
I don't know.
Like,
we weren't impressed because like Levittown is just very like there aren't really gangs. Like we're all just like a bunch of drunk white kids,
Yeah, like relax.
Yeah. So this guy's like hanging out, and he's just like with his girl or whatever. Somehow they get into a fight. And you know what always happens in Levittown? This is how you know a fight's about to happen every single time. Is the Levittown person will say, "What do you think? You're better than me?" Dude, it's like no matter what happens, it's like, where do you with that look, like there's
the Mako shark.
What do you? Yeah, the shark look, and it's just like, what do you think? You're fucking better than me?
Better than me?
Dude, because it's always like some rich kid that's just like, oh, I got like a fucking Tesla, and it's just like, what do you think? You're better than me? Whack,
You better?
Yeah, so this guy's like bragging about like being able to like stay at the fucking bar late or something. He was doing some kind of bragging, and
What a flex.
one of my friends fucking drops that line, and now I'm like, all right, like fucking, you gotta like shake off the drunk a little bit. Like I'm on my toes now. I'm like, all right, I know it's happening. So this guy's like, yeah, I'm a fucking gang member. I'll make one phone call and we'll fucking shoot up the place.
That's a hell of a thing to say.
Yeah, so he and then he fucking gets his phone out and he puts it to his ear, and I literally like was behind him a little bit, so I took the phone out of his hand and I just fucking smashed it, and like the screen, like everything, it just came apart, and I was just like, so now what?
Yeah, so now what?
Yeah, and then like I think my friend that like was mad at him or whatever like beat the fuck out of him, but it was just like those like you don't know, like that guy probably could have came back and shot up the place,
Imagine
but
he did.
Some people are like fucking like tough talkers and it's just all made up bullshit, but like you never really know.
I had a moment like that. I was doing the mic at Mr. Beery's, the bar on Hempstead Turnpike.
Yeah.
Sick
You're wearing
bar.
the hat, dude.
I'm wearing the hat.
Yeah.
You guys want to check out Sick Bar where it's fun? Go to Mr. Beery's.
Yeah.
But they have a mic there. It's on Thursdays. It's mostly a music place. They actually have like sick music shows.
Yeah.
And but they if you want to run your shit, you could do it. And they also have like cool, like they have like a summer festival and a fall festival. And they have like like comics,
Right.
sick bands of all kinds, arts. It's like an arts festival. It's fun. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. But I was just doing their Thursday mic there, and it's like I said, it's the music, so it's loud.
Yeah.
It's not really made for comedy. But I was like, whatever, I'll just go up and say some words.
Yeah.
And I was fucking with this guy because that's kind of the only set you could have. You couldn't like tell jokes. You just gotta like ramble off shit, like work
Yeah.
on your crowd work. So I was doing my crowd work on this guy, and he was like a big dude. He's like a big doofy, like nerdy looking guy,
Yeah.
and he looked like he was enjoying it. And then he got on stage and was like kind of on the mic, but it was so loose. I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, go get on the mic, say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And it was just us talking shit back and forth to each other. And then he got off stage, and I kept talking shit to him. And then he just got this like look in his eye.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, all right, I'm going to stop. Because I saw he got this, things had went sour.
Right.
And
yeah.
I was like, all right, well, that's it for me. And like I hopped off stage, and the fucking mic continues, and that guy's gone. And then the guy Greg is like, the guy who the partial owner, he's like, yeah, that guy's like in his car and he's trying to get a gun. He's gonna come back and just like
oh my
shoot
God.
the fuck out of you. And I was like, no, he's not. And I thought about it and I was like, he may.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to take that fucking chance.
I'm an idiot. I stayed
Of course.
because I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
And I was like,
You
I'm a
little faggot gun.
you gonna- I got a big gun. It's called my cock. Like some dumb thing.
Yeah.
And I stayed, and thank God he didn't shoot me up. But imagine he
Right,
came
right.
back with a rifle. I would have to dip out and like I've had hip surgeries. I can't run fast anymore. Like I would just be like duck walking across Hempstead Turnpike. Like, wait, don't shoot me.
Try
up.
to use your hands like an orangutan or something,
Oh,
like
gosh.
running on all fours.
Getting shot must suck.
Ah,
Getting
dude, that's gotta
shot
be the worst,
is probably
man.
like a hot, steaming, like.
Yeah.
If anybody's in the
You don't even
comments,
think of that, like how
Yeah.
fast the bullet's going. It's
yeah,
steaming
you're not.
hot.
Yeah. Also, shooting a gun is also a lot harder than I thought it was.
Yeah, I've only shot skeet shooting.
Yeah.
I only shot the little fucking clay.
I've shot like a semi-automatic rifle and then like a handgun. Handguns
Yeah.
are harder, which is weird because
Right.
it's so small, but it's got kickback.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta kind of like I don't know, like it's gonna draw up to here, so you have to like do something with your eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You gotta
you-
shoot it a few times to get like a gist of it.
Right.
But yeah, like I was on this like little tour thing like through the South, and like we were in Florida first, and my friend has guns, and he owns you can just own so much property up down there.
Yeah.
And we were just shooting guns, and and I was like, I've never shot a gun. He's like, shoot this one and this one, and I was like, oh, dude, this is like I always thought like you got a gun, you could shoot someone from far away pretty easy.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, it's not as easy as I thought. Like
No,
I don't know
dude,
if I'd be
no
able
way.
to. I don't know if I'd be able to cap someone
Yeah.
if they were running and zigzagging and jumping over fences and shit.
I did pretty well with I think it was like it was some kind of like fucking shotgun with the skeet shooting. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't have nearly as bad of a kickback as I thought it was gonna have. Like the smaller girls struggled. Like we went on a party bus for like my friend's birthday.
Okay.
And went to like this place, and what goes better with alcohol and fucking edibles than shooting guns? So.
Yeah, alcohol is like.
Yeah, so we fucking went to this place, and like my one friend, he's like a cop, so he just shot like 100% or whatever.
Yeah.
But like my first time shooting, I think I shot like 80%. Like I think we did like 10 each or something, and I hit like 8 targets, like moving fucking targets. you
Yeah,
know?
that's good.
It was cool. It's definitely cool. But real quick, just Tony, I wanted to ask, like, how long are we doing? An hour?
I was gonna say, yeah.
I mean, if you want to, you go over a little bit if you wanted to.
But yeah, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it soon because it's about 1:57.
I was gonna say, yeah, we'll cut it. We wanted to make this an hour.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
probably good.
Tony, you were housing 2 peanut butter sandwiches over there.
I've been here since 9:30 this morning. So I just
Oh,
down
yeah,
a quick
yeah,
lunch
yeah.
while you guys are on. Should I have asked you if you wanted some?
No, I was like, yeah. So you like pull another one. I was like, another peanut butter
It
sandwich.
was two sandwiches and a Hershey bar.
Oh,
Be-
nice.
That's
nice.
beast.
That's health and
That's
wellness
it.
for
That's
you
gonna
right
be.
there.
That's solid energy.
It's not cocaine or alcohol. But
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's funny.
That's all we fucking
comic
run on.
Mick Thomas runs triathlons, and he swears by peanut butter jellies. Because when you're
Really?
'cause you need like glycogen restores when you're when you're doing those long fucking distance things, like your body's just getting put through the ringer.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, like I'll eat like a peanut butter and jelly the night before the race or 2. And then like I'll eat like 1 or 2 like that day.
But he
Wow.
also pees in the sink here instead of the bed. So
Does he really?
ask him about that. Yeah,
Oh my god.
true story.
Dude, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, so when I first met him a while. At first, I didn't think he liked me,
Yeah.
but then we got to know each other, and then I did this fucking shitty thing, and I made it a bit, and the bit was really funny. And then he heard the bit, and he was like a whole chunk, like a whole story, and he loved it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to have you on my podcast to tell the story, and like I'm like, all right, sweet. And it was during COVID, so we just did it in his car.
Right.
So we're doing the whole like hour and a half podcast in his car. The podcast ends, and he's like, "Oh, mate, I gotta take a piss. We've been in this car for an hour and a half." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, same." So we both hopped out to take a piss, and like I was a little further ahead than him,
Yeah.
and I finished my piss first.
Oh no.
And I turned around and like I saw his cock. I was like, "Yo, Mick has a huge cock." dude.
Really? Does he?
I
Wow.
was like, he's like, you saw my cock, mate.
That was planned.
I was like, oh, I like saw it and then like looked at. I was like, when you see your boy's cock for the first time and it's huge.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
just like, it's just like, so where do we go now? And like, like where do we go from here? I was like, that's a big ass dick. I never mentioned it to anyone ever again. I
Oh, it's a fucking treading water exclusive.
was just like, Jesus, fucking Mick's dick is huge.
Yeah, dude, that happened to me once, like something similar. I never know what to say in that situation. I'm just like, yo, cool dick, bro.
Yeah. And then I remember, like, at the time, because it was during pandemic, I was living with another. Well, he's not really a comedian, but he whatever. I got negative things to say about him, so I'll leave it away.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll leave it under the desk. So we were living together,
Yeah.
and he would have these parties, and he was like one of those guys that hangs out with like super hot chicks. And one of the parties, he had these like hot Brazilian chicks over,
Right.
and they were like 22. And I'm talking
22,
one girl.
okay.
One girl was literally one of the hottest women I've ever seen in my entire life, ever.
Interesting.
And I was like, what in the fuck? Like one of those girls you like have to keep double taking. Like you're that good looking? Holy shit.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to her, and she was like, like she knew she was super good looking. So like any guy that talks
They
to her,
have to. Yeah.
any guy that talks to her, she knows, what's up. So I wasn't trying to take that approach. I was just trying to like get to know her. A little
Yeah.
bit. And then the guy who I lived with was like, oh, she's really, she's not really into comics, but who she is really into is Mick Thomas. She loves Mick Thomas. And I was like, well, Mick Thomas is like 20 years older than her.
Yeah.
And my roommate was like, she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Ladies love Mick Thomas.
Yeah.
I gotta admit.
Handsome dude.
Yeah.
And that
he's
was
a
back
good
when he
dude.
had the flow. When he had
Yeah.
the hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He went short again.
Yeah, so at the time he looked like Irish Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had this flow, and then so then me and all the boys are talking like, yeah, the 20-year difference. Like, I wonder what she even sees, and I was just like, I'll tell you what she sees.
I'm bucking.
It's
Yeah.
big dick energy is what she sees. That guy's got a monster.
Yeah. That's impressive. Okay.
Yeah, but I was.
I wouldn't have thought that. I mean, like, anytime I try to say anything, it's just like, oh yeah, okay, Irish boy, So like I just kind of get that in my head about us Irish guys, where it's just like, all right, Mick,
I don't think. I mean, like, I guess maybe black guys have like
That's what it's supposed to be.
But like,
but did you ever watch like a porn where you see like a black guy with a small dick? It's like, yo, that looks weird.
Yeah. I'm sure like if you took a poll, like there would be more black guys with big dicks than any other.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like it's not like it's like black guy, big dick all the way. Like
Right.
there's no way. There's like
No
it's just
way.
my dad when he used to before he was fucking let off. He's like, when I used to work on my lunch breaks, I'd go around to all the black chicks. I'd ask. I'd ask. I'd be like, hey, black guy's dick's bigger than white guy's dicks. They'd all say it's the same. And I'd do that every lunch break, I'm telling you. And I'm like, maybe that's why you're out of a job, Dad. And he's like, nah, it's not about a fucking job. What are you talking about, Travis? I didn't know. And I was like, all right, Pop, relax. Like,
He's putting in his research,
yeah,
man.
he's like, I'll tell you. And he brings it up. He's like, I'll tell you what, though. And I was like, here he is. He's doing this.
Every fucking Christmas dinner.
Yeah, he's like, Travi, hold on. Remember, I told him, Trav, I did the poll when I was at work, Travi. I'm like, all right, yeah, Dad.
See, I just know that like all of my friends that like have had even like a remotely big dick, like about it. Like
Yeah.
they just like it's that's the friend that always is like somehow ending up naked or something, They're like the guy suggesting like, yeah, let's just run into the ocean naked. It's like, whatever, you're the guy with the 9-inch dick. Like
no shit.
I get that.
Or it's usually like the pretty dumb guy.
Oh, it's always a dumb
It's
guy.
a dumb guy.
Yeah,
Like the guy.
that's why again I'm surprised by Mick. He's an intelligent human being.
Yeah, like my
Now
friend,
I'm getting jealous of the guy.
yeah, my friend Schlo is a dumb guy.
Yeah.
Big dumb like Polish ogre. And and he's got and like we'd always like make fun of him. Like I remember like when we were like in middle school, we would because everyone's like hitting puberty.
Yeah.
So you would make fun of the guy who was not as far along into puberty
Oh yeah, you had to bully him.
than the rest
Yeah.
of it. You had to bully him.
Yeah,
Like,
I had to.
he didn't have armpit hair, so we were like, haha, we have armpit hair, you pussy. And and then we had more pubes than he had, and we were like, haha, we have more pubes, faggot. And then I remember one day someone pantsed him, and he had a fucking dong on him in 9th grade, and we were like, whoa! And we were like, we can't talk shit about Schlo anymore. Schlo's a fucking huge dick. And I brought it up to him, because that was a while ago. I was like, maybe it just stayed that size and never grew into adulthood.
Yeah.
And I asked him, and I was like, yo, is it still, no homo? Like, what are you working with? And he's like, yeah, let me tell you something. If I'm fucking, it ain't huge, but if I'm fucking a chick, they tell me to chill out. And I'm like, Jesus, dude. Like, dude, I sit in the back seat with him. Like, his kneecap is double the size of my kneecap. I'm like,
Yeah.
this guy's cock's gotta be big.
You can only imagine.
This is just
man.
his hand is just like, dumph.
Right.
It's just a big fucking hand. He's got
Right.
big feet,
Dude,
big cock, dude.
In high school, we had the one guy that was like, just known to have a huge dick. So like, it was just like he was like a little older than us, and then it was like, I don't know if I should mention his name because he's dead now. But
Well, now you definitely can.
yeah, all right. So we heard the rumor that there was like a house party or something, and he took a girl into the room, and they're like, so my friends are telling me the next day, they're like, oh, did you hear? And I'm like,
Big Dick's dead.
I'm like, no, he died recently. But they're like, yeah, soul fucked. They said like soul fucked so and so, and she shit herself. And I was like, wait, like fucked her in the ass? Like what happened? They're like, no, the vagina.
Oh my god. No. Oh,
I was like, so how does that even happen? Like she just shit on the bed? Like what the fuck?
It was too much. It was too much. He had so much dick. They had to dig his
Yeah,
grave.
dude,
They had to
it
dig
was-
his grave
They called
6
him
foot
fucking
deeper.
Sledgehammer Soul.
Saul was his name.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Here comes Saul.
I don't guess don't do that voice. You're gonna ask me what fucking I would do if Marissa cheated on me.
With Herbie Gill. I was saying, like, imagine, like you introduce it to Herbie Gill. He's got like a fucking huge boner in dress pants. Just like, hey, I'm the Herb.
I'm the Herb.
I'd be like,
Bro, he did. He must
Marissa,
have
get
did.
out of there.
He must have did a half hour last night, and then he puts the mic down on the table, and he fucking broke the mic, and the speakers were lit up, loudest sound I've ever heard. And so he puts the mic down. We're trying to get the speakers under control because it seriously was like,
Oh my God.
like so much fucking static. And he puts the mic down and he starts going fucking a cappella. He's like, I'll just do about 5 more minutes. Bro, the show started at 7:30. It was like 10:15. He's like, I'll just do 5 more minutes with no mic to you fucking animals and Rockaway.
Come on,
But
Gil.
yeah, that completes the fucking
That's
the
funny.
show, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Where can we tell people to find this?
Yeah, were we on Twitch? I was trying to share the link.
No, I shared the link to your.
On the Facebook.
Yeah, I tagged you, both of you. It was YouTube. It was on YouTube.
Oh, it's just YouTube today.
Oh, so it's just YouTube. What would we YouTube? Just Treading Water, episode 1?
You could.
Gov's Comedy Podcast.
Gov's Comedy Club Podcast is probably the easier way to go, and then you'll find it there.
So YouTube,
Right on.
Gov's Comedy Podcast, Treading Water, just in one big title.
YouTube.com/Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Yeah, maybe you could try Treading Water after that.
Okay, so we'll do Gov's Comedy Podcast, and then I guess once we get a few more episodes under our belt, then we'll be like, yo, Treading Water.
Yeah, you should open like your own Facebook page and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, we're gonna
Cool.
get all that
Yeah,
going.
get
Yeah,
all
let's
that
do it,
going.
guys. We're just starting up, so we're gonna have a picture for you guys. We're gonna have links for you guys.
Yeah,
have
we're gonna
stuff
get
for
some
you guys.
fucking pictures going.
We'll get them music.
Yeah,
but,
maybe some fucking copyrighted, not
Yeah.
copyrighted music. We'll find something,
Yeah.
something with a hot beat.
Yeah. But guys, that's the episode.
That's it, dude.
Guys, thank you for listening when you do. If you want to find me, it's Travis Grant on Facebook and Trav_Grant on Instagram. It's Travis Grant on Facebook and Trav_Grant on Instagram. Hugh, man.
Yeah, and hit me up at The Logic on Instagram, Twitter, and stay off my Facebook. That's for my family, you fucking losers.
Guys, peace out.
Bye.